Welcome back, you guys. Clearly, we have a very special guest, Janet,
Hi, you guys.
a very good friend of ours. I feel like it's been overdue. We've been wanting to get her on the pod for a while now.
We've been trying to make it happen, but somehow it wasn't happening. Or the timing was just working out for us. But then now it's happening. So
Yeah.
I'm glad it's happening.
And I feel like we don't really have guests on the podcast. When was the last time we had a guest?
Dana.
Or my mom, I think. Like, we've only had family.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
We're like family and friends.
Literally, family and friends only.
Oh, I feel special now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you're our third guest.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully we'll bring on more guests 2024. Because I feel like I like watching podcasts that have guests.
Yeah.
But we're also like super shy, and I feel like it's kind of like nerve-wracking also.
Yeah.
I was even nervous when my mom came on the pod. Even Diana. I was like, oh, what am I gonna say?
Do you feel nervous now?
A little
I
bit.
don't feel that nervous.
I feel like the dynamic changes a little
Yeah.
bit, so you don't know how that's gonna go. So you just kind of like,
Yeah.
you're like, fuck it.
But I
Fuck
always
it.
feel nervous. Like every single podcast. But then like 10 minutes in, that's when I
It
start
goes away.
loosening up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
But-
buzz balls kind of help.
Yeah, the BuzzBalls is helping.
Let's
So
not say.
I'm going to be sipping
Let's
on that.
not say.
We
Don't
should get
mind me.
sponsored by Buzzball.
I know.
Especially-
I did like a whole buzz ball review for free.
That's free promo. Let's
No,
not
and then
say.
you said it was woman owned, huh?
It is woman owned. Yeah.
It says shake well. I've never shaken my
Oh,
BuzzBall.
me neither.
Oh.
Yeah, I think shaking it is like better.
Oh.
But let's cheers.
Cheers. We should talk
for-
about. Cheers to our. cheers to our ice. Our what did we do? I didn't say ice skating.
Our little like snow trip,
Our
cabin
snow-
trip,
our cabin trip.
because there was no snow.
Yeah.
It was successful minus the missing snow.
We were like expecting like a winter wonderland, like
know.
snow. I remember you guys saying like, "Oh, I hope snow falls," and we get to take, and we go. It's just like trees, like
No,
with no
literally.
like with no leaves, just like branches and
I
and just
know.
like little patches of snow. It was like flop a little bit. Like I don't know why was it snowing.
But hopefully we can go to Aspen soon, because that's where the real snow is at. And
Yeah.
since now we're professional snowboarders,
Somewhat
gonna-
intermediate, maybe.
You, not us.
I think I'm still beginner, but I don't know if I would want to do snowboarding. I think I want to do skiing.
Yeah, because what if
Yeah.
we're better at skiing and
Yeah.
we're losing now?
And I feel like skiing sounds like more fancier. Like
Yeah.
more my vibe. Like I'm gonna go ski.
it gives rich skiing, huh?
Skiing gives good.
Older people do skiing.
Yeah. But speaking about new things, and like snowboarding, I feel like was a new. We've been talking about, even in the last podcast, Giselle said she wanted to go skydiving.
Ooh.
And we were telling Janet too. And
They convinced me.
she's down.
I'm down.
So I feel like that's gonna happen soon also, which is scary. No, Janet was like, we were telling her in the cabin, and she's like, I'm down to go this weekend. And Jazzy was like,
I said Sunday. I was like, oh, I'm down. I'm down to do
Because
Sunday.
I'm like not hungover, but I was so hurt from the falling on the
Yeah.
snowboarding. I'm like, damn it, I'm gonna fall again.
no.
But soon, yes, like within a week, yeah, I can do it within a week.
The thing about me, I just want to keep going. So it's like you had the idea. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Let's
do it now.
Yeah.
Because we were even talking about Aspen. We are like, okay, let's go now. Like
Literally.
that's kind of my problem though. But whenever you're ready, just let me know. I'm down.
I'm like, for sure, like within these weeks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
soon.
I'm super scared. Like,
too.
you don't even know how scared I am.
I
I'm
think
really scared too.
I would be really scared too.
I think I haven't even processed. Like, I can't even process it. It's so scary.
If I process it, I'm not gonna go.
yeah.
So I'm not gonna-
Yeah.
And a supporter messaged me on Instagram, and she sent me. I haven't gone back to you. I'm gonna get back to you. Like, so I was finding the right words to answer back. She sent me a video, and I did watch it, and I'm like, everybody does it.
Yeah. No, and then you told me the statistics.
Yeah,
That they're like super low. Like, the death rate is super low. So we're good.
Yeah.
And then
I'm really scared of heights. That's one of my fears. That with rats. So when I conquer that, I feel like everything
Yeah.
else is peanut butter to me.
I just also hate that feeling of like the pit in your
pit?
stomach and you're just
Drop.
kind of like roller coasters. I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a buzz ball when I do it. I don't care if people say that I can't. I'm going to.
I think,
Yeah.
Hopefully the instructors don't.
yeah, no one can stop you from drinking a little bit
Yeah.
before.
Be a little tipsy.
You're
Imagine
super
you threw up
faded.
while like falling.
And it gets all in the instructor's like goggles.
And then we die.
It would
'cause
go
I
on
threw up.
you because it would like fall back to you. No.
No, I think you can choke on your own throw up.
Probably because
So I
where is
could
it gonna go? Like it'll just go back in
my
the
mouth,
throat.
and then I.
That's like
that's
crazy way to go.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like 1,000
the
ways to die.
Like the crazy like scenarios.
I would hate to die that way.
I'm not gonna go super drunk, just a little buzz.
Yeah, something to get like
The edge
body
off.
going.
Take the edge off. Take a shot or 3.
Yeah,
Or 5.
And make
Yeah.
sure like the instructor's cute and just like grab and hold him.
Because I think he's holding you from the back.
Oh, from the back. That's true.
So he jumps and
Oh,
you can't do
so
anything
he
about
has
it.
to hold you.
Yeah,
Kind of.
He's kind of like
Above you.
on your head. I know.
Yeah.
It sounds.
I thought I was
above
gonna
you.
hold him. Like I thought I
I
was gonna big
know.
spoon him. But
They're
I guess
above you.
They're
I
on
don't
top
know
of
why.
you.
no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Them being above you kind of scares me. What if he kicks me?
Yeah,
You never know. He's on a suicide mission, like you said.
dude. Okay, that was
That's-
like I get really intrusive thoughts, and I think dark shit, and I can't even say because I feel like sometimes the thoughts are too dark. But I thought that because like
Damn.
I've heard it in like an airplane crashes.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a guy was suicidal and he crashed the airplane.
On
Things like that. I'm like,
purpose.
dang, I don't know. That's too much. Like they're scared to go alone, so they're like, fuck, let's do it with everyone.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's kind of like really.
It's fucked up.
That's
really
like a
fucked
kind of
up.
like it's a crazy mindset
That's
to have.
Did you guys hear about the plane that the door fell off?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's insane. Oh, and they were. Do you
would've
know how much
freaked
they
out.
offered the people? $500.
What airline was it?
Alaska.
Yeah.
I've flown Alaska.
Airlines kind of suck when it comes to like reimbursing.
Yeah, I
That-
feel like they don't care.
Like what the hell?
That's why I don't fly
Imagine like sitting in the door falls out. I would die.
Spirit. Dude, that's some
I
like
would actually.
yeah. I feel like people say that could happen. Remember, was it in Spirit that it like shakes?
Spirit is just. I promise to never fly Spirit again, and like I don't want that to sound like.
No, it's because they're
It's just musty in there too. The seats are like raggedy.
Yeah, it's just way too squished.
they don't have good customer service.
Yeah.
That's my issue. They have Maruchan. That's the only good thing.
And they're so annoying about like carry-ons and shit.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
The only thing I enjoy is the cup of noodles, because I
Yeah.
love cup of noodles. One time we were on Spirit. Remember we had to take Spirit, and
To
then
Vegas?
when we get off the flight, Jazzy was like, "I saw the flight attendant take a cup of noodles, and I knew she was gonna go give it to you."
Oh yeah.
Because I eat cup of noodles.
No one fucks with a couple
All the
noodles
time.
like this.
Like they
What?
sell it or you bring your own?
Dude,
They sell it.
I took Spirit. I'm lying recently, and that's why I'm not taking Spirit anymore because of my trip to Houston. Yeah, I took it to Houston, and they canceled my flight, and they said that everyone had to wait in line to get a new flight. The line was already filled up, so the only thing I could do was get a new flight the next day. And I didn't
Yeah.
want to stay there, so I had to spend another $600. And I was like, I'm done. I'm not even gonna complain, but I'm never flying Spirit.
Yeah.
But they have buzz balls on Spirit.
They do.
That's the only good thing.
Oh yeah, you told me.
I did take
Pretty
one.
crazy.
But whatever. That's just motivation to get a PJ. I can take all my buzz balls I want.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Have you been on a PJ?
No, it's one of my goals.
It's one of my goals too.
At least to Mexico.
I went on one to Miami, and
It's vibes.
it was a vibe. I can't.
Did you
lie.
get drunk on it?
No, I didn't.
No.
On the way there, actually, I think on the way there I did. On the way back, I was like,
Chile.
Miami. No, yeah, flying home from Miami is like crazy.
And then you get
Yeah.
more drunk on planes, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, because higher altitude, you just get drunk faster.
Like one buzz balls too.
Yeah. I actually get drunk before my flight. That way I sleep like heavenly on
I see a lot of people drink on the flights.
it.
I always take the free champagne.
Oh,
I do. I have
in first class.
business. I've
Oh,
never.
business.
I've never been first class either.
Yeah, I've never.
Is
managed
first
to.
class business?
Business
on short
class?
flights?
Yeah.
Like if you fly to like 4-hour flight, 5-hour flight, and you're
First
business.
class is like the beds that like
Yeah,
they're like beds.
13-hour flights plus
Yeah.
the sleep ones.
But I feel like I want to do first class if I go to Europe.
Yeah,
You know?
Honestly,
that would be
Those
Whoa,
like
we
10-hour
went to Europe.
flights be wild.
I'm getting better at long flights. I think when you go on more flights, you get better at it because you know how to like get your shit right.
Yeah, I had a phase where I was addicted to getting business, even on like the shortest flights. Remember?
Dude, because it makes a difference. It makes a difference.
does.
It's just like more comfier.
It's struggle vibes. Like I always say, like there's things that you struggle and you're like down to struggle for, but some people don't like to struggle certain things. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Like what one person will pay for, another person won't. And I'm like,
That's true.
you don't have to be about. I'm like, I like being catered on my flight. Sorry.
Sometimes struggling could be funny, but then it gets to the point where it's not funny anymore. You're like, okay, if I can pay someone to do it for me, or I could be more comfortable, like I'm able to, then I'm gonna take it.
That's
like,
how I always
why
feel.
not?
Or if I'm able to, and it's gonna save me time, because I feel like time you can't get back.
Yeah.
Like if it's gonna cost me time, because if you get in the back, I think about how long it takes you to get out of the freaking. I'm like, damn, I've already been in my whippo. I'm not trying to do it. That's what I think. If it can save me time and sleep, I'm doing it.
Yeah. But
I'm cheap with flights. I'll be sitting in the back.
Because I
always buy one ways. Remember I told you?
But sometimes there's none left. That's why you have to. Yeah, right. I feel.
No, yeah, that's why I always end up with like the back of the seat or like back of the plane or with the middle seat. Like I hate middle.
I've gone middle. I don't mind if it's in the back. I just middle seats are hard for me because I like to leave my head on the.
Me too, and it's like awkward.
Yeah,
and it's like two
people have to pee.
I'd rather just do window. I'll pay extra for that window for sure.
Windows.
I'm a window seat girl.
and also I feel like I've never gotten a flight in advance. I've always get last
Like
minute.
week of.
Yeah.
Me too.
One way
of
Day
literally
of.
like
hours
Same.
before.
so, and then I'm mad I'm all the way in the back. Like, babe, what'd you expect? You're all the way in the back.
The good thing is that if you get really long flights, you can upgrade. You know, like a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I know when we went to Europe, we had like, I think I had like economy plus, and I upgraded for like 300, and it had like reclining feet. It wasn't that much of a difference, but it was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Which made it a little bit.
Even that helps.
Yeah, it does. Because the sleep, oh my God, yeah.
I can't sleep on planes. Like the turbulence wakes me up. I get scared. Like any move, I'm like, oh my God, the plane's gonna fall. Like I'm just paranoid. I get like plane anxiety.
I keep playing.
I'm always like, oh my God, this one's gonna like fall.
This is my time.
This one is the one.
Like I just get paranoid.
I know. Did you guys ever see the jelly video where they're explaining how turbulence works, and they put like a piece of paper inside jelly and it doesn't move even as much as they shake it?
Okay, yeah, I can see
They
that.
said that's what
turbulence
is like, and ever since then I haven't been really scared of turbulence. I kind of
It feels like a roller coaster
It kinda
sometimes.
feels funny,
like a ride.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking like, oh, it's not going to.
It's a ride, and then you realize you're on a plane in the middle of the air.
That's true.
and then I'm like, oh fuck.
I don't like going on top of water. That freaks me out.
Really?
I don't like looking out the window.
That doesn't freak you out?
It doesn't freak me out because I'm like, if the plane crashes, like we're in water. I don't know.
That's true.
Because if we're over the ground, I'm like, I don't know.
If I don't look at the windows, I feel like I'm in a room. I'm like laid up watching that. I plan my flights when I'm gonna do.
It's kind of like self-care for me. Like like I'm reading my book, listening to my music, journaling. Like it's like myself.
Yeah, and you don't be like you're on a plane unless there's turbulence.
Yeah, unless there's turbulence, and it's like, oh fuck.
Would you guys ever do a cruise?
No,
I don't think so because I wouldn't want to look out in the window and see that there's water.
That's frustrating.
That's for sure.
I've heard like horror stories about cruises of like sex trafficking where like people go missing.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Because like they'll stop at different places and like people get off and then some people don't come back on the ship because like they get, I don't know, and then like people people go missing on cruise ships a lot, and it's a bunch of older people too, so it's like, I don't know, I feel like I'll get seasick.
I would go maybe on a 2-day one. Anything longer, I don't think I would. I would get so frustrated.
It is kind of frustrating. They just built this. I saw it on Wealth. Wealth is like my news outlet, and they built this humongous one with like malls, like clubs, like everything you can think of, gym, movie theater, like
a yacht.
the world on a boat. Even then, I'm like, I know I'm on a yacht at the end of the day.
But like, what's the point?
Honestly, yeah. What's the point?
I like water, but I wouldn't want to be on water. I feel bad for like saying that about the ocean, but that's how I feel.
Yachts, cruises are like weeks long, right? Months sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They could be short ones, but mainly they're
weeks. They're like a week. I feel like I don't know what the statistics on it, but somehow I feel like we know less about water than the air. So it's like if you go missing, yeah, they're not gonna go look for you. You're not gonna go all the way down. I don't know. I always
you're
think
right.
that at least in the
Yeah,
air, like you
true.
fall down eventually. They try to look for you. If you in the water and you sink, your remains like you're done. That's why
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
the Titanic. Let's not say it. So I'm like,
Or that what
the
is it called?
submarine.
That went down.
Yeah, no,
Oh my god. I feel so bad for them.
I know.
Cause imagine you just want to go see the Titanic, then you die.
We talked about it in the last one too.
Yeah.
You guys talked about it before.
Yeah, because we always get shook on how like they actually like went.
Yeah. I remember like hearing about this story and I felt so bad. Cause like there was this boy that didn't want to go, but his dad made him go. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
And then
billionaire?
like for him to just go down, it's just crazy.
I know. And then I always think it's sad, like the mom losing her husband and son at the same time. That's insane. Like I can't.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Probably even losing one is horrible.
Yeah, the ocean's really scary.
Feel like there's for sure like aliens down there. Like not like extra like aliens like
They're
space
just like
aliens.
creatures like we can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's why like they're aliens because you can't even picture them.
Yeah.
They might be still alive.
Ugh.
They grew fins.
Still alive?
They took them. They
The
put
Loch
them in
Ness
there.
monster.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I believe more in fish aliens and like sky aliens.
Human aliens?
Yeah. I feel like they would want to be underwater better.
I want aliens to be real so bad.
Really?
Please be real. Like, please. I always want something to happen. Like, aliens come down. I always feel like something needs to happen soon. It gets boring on Earth, no? You guys don't agree?
Sometimes I feel like we're alone though. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think we're alone. Like the possibility of us being alone is like really small.
but I feel like,
Like
the
there
people-
just has to be something
like if they're aliens, I feel like they're tiny. I don't know if that's because that's my dream.
tiny.
Like you know how like toddlers are like 2 feet.
Yeah.
I feel like the aliens are 2 feet.
Probably.
But I don't know if that's my dream.
Mm.
Like if I die, I want to be 2 feet.
I feel like if I met an alien, like I would just be scared. I'd be like, oh my god. I'll let them abduct me. I don't care. Like fuck it.
What if they're super
Like-
cool? Like, he's
And the-
cool as fuck.
And the word alien, isn't that what they call immigrants too? You're an alien?
They do. They do.
Is it the same meaning?
I don't know, but I think it's kind of messed up.
In this country, I think they do call them like immigrants, aliens.
Exactly. And it's like, you're not an alien. And so I think, and then we keep thinking aliens are green. I don't
Yeah.
think they're green.
No, they're for sure not what we think that they
Yeah, they're not what we think. They're a buzzball.
Yeah.
You don't know if they could be.
A buzzball with legs.
Oh, I would be so excited. I would be so excited.
No.
We'll see. Maybe in our lifetime. I don't think so. Maybe our kids. We'll see.
Hopefully.
I think they said there was aliens. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like on the news, like
That
the-
NASA found an alien. huh?
or like the government confirmed UFOs.
Yeah.
That pilots see UFOs all the time.
Oh my God.
And
Have you seen the movie about the world ending, like The Bunker?
You should.
The Bunker movie?
what is it called? The Bunker?
No. I forget what
It
it's
Ends With
called.
Us.
It Ends With Us or something like that. Or It Ends Here.
No, I don't think I've seen it.
It was kind of going viral on Netflix, but it was kind of what we were talking about yesterday. Yesterday we went into it. Honestly, that should have been a whole podcast in itself.
Oh my god, we went on a whole like crazy like conspiracy rant.
Jacuzzi
Like a
rant.
deep
Like, we're-
talk in the
I forgot what it
woods.
was about. I'm not gonna lie, I was
Ghosts?
a little tipsy. Oh, it was about ghosts and like yeah.
It's like everything, like what happens after you die.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the afterlife.
Yeah.
We're talking about because I was saying how I think nothing happens.
Yeah.
I could.
That is just nothingness.
Like when you go under anesthesia.
Yeah, kind of like that. And then I don't know if you guys were agreeing with me,
Mm-hmm.
but then you guys were also saying that like when you pass away, like you weigh less. That like
Mhm.
scientists
Yeah.
discovered that. So
You're
saying
weak.
meaning that our spirit goes somewhere else. So I don't know.
That's
I feel like there's
crazy.
so
The
many
afterlife is
theories.
just really interesting.
I agree with that one too, though. I kind of feel like maybe it sounds crazy, but maybe you go where you want to go because you believe what you want to believe.
Yeah, that's true.
You telling me I'm wearing purple, I'm like I'm wearing purple. That's what I believe. You know what I mean? Like some people believe some. If you talk to 100 different people, they're gonna tell you 100 different things,
Yeah.
and they believe it hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Or even getting into politics, like people believe so many different things,
Yeah,
and they believe it. So it's
Yeah.
like, damn, you believe it. That shit's gonna happen.
yeah.
Mike Tyson says that.
You know
That
what I mean?
anything you believe is true.
So if I believe I'm gonna turn into a square, I'm gonna be square, and no one can tell me different. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like if I want to die, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna come back. You could maybe you can choose when you die. They're gonna be like,
Oh, what if you can press a button like go back, blink? Would you go back or would you press the nothing
Like go
button?
back to what?
Go back to Earth, go back to being alive, but you don't know what life you're gonna live. You could either be
I don't know. That's a hard.
something
reincarnation?
Yeah,
There you go, reincarnation.
I kind of believe in that too.
you could be an animal,
Like be a bird.
You could be an ant.
Well, they say there's a theory that your face that you have in this life was the face of the person you loved the most in your past life. So we must have been men, lesbian. We could have been mothers. I always think that. So when I try to like, when I have,
This is the person I love the most.
so you could have been your mom. You could have been your husband. Like, you know.
What about like a daughter?
Yeah, you could have been. You could have been a dog, and the dog loved you.
That's interesting. And yeah, I never heard that before.
So then it kind of makes you kind of like love yourself. But you're like, well, someone loved me in the past life.
I feel like there's a reason, and I always say this, there's a reason why we don't know. Because if we would have been meant to know, then we would have already known. And we do not know.
Yeah, we
And
don't
there's a
know.
reason why we don't know. I think it was meant to be this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, as much as we want to know,
Yeah.
it's like, joke's on you. You're never
I
gonna
think it's
know.
more fun not knowing though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then
better.
we have like nothing to expect.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. Or if there was only one religion, oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there has to
So
be everything. Like, the world is your oyster until you make it.
I saw a video today talking about how like humans are only really here for like what maybe and we get to like 110 if you have luck, but that the world has been here billions of years. We're
Right.
really only here puny time,
Like a millisecond.
a millisecond.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like if you think about it that way, it's like, why would they put it? I don't know. It's like we have a whole purpose within consciousness.
Oh, yesterday we were also saying that what if all of our brains are one brain,
Oh yeah.
It's kind of scary.
but we're just
That's a
micro brains.
simulation theory.
Yeah, the simulation
Yeah.
theory, which also ooh,
I kind of believe we're in a simulation.
Me too.
Like it's a possibility.
so like we're in a video game.
Kind of like a Sims. Like someone.
It's controlling us.
Yeah. Like we're a simulation. I don't know.
thought that too, and I've thought that so hard sometimes that I've spoken.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, whoever's controlling me, can you please make this happen?
It's like whoever has my voodoo doll, can you please
Yes.
like you know
yeah.
help me?
But when, I've
Literally.
always, when I was little, I used to think I could read people's minds. I would be like, I know what they're thinking. But it's like, if we're all one mind, why can't I read your mind? That's what would
But that's why
frustrate
we
me.
all go through like similar experiences.
But then what about like the murderers? Like, I don't go through that experience. So I'm like, am I actually?
Because it's a part.
You know what I mean? Like, is it my shadow
Yeah.
self?
Is it still a part of you regardless? Even if
Or
it's
when you
bad?
judge someone and then you're like, ooh, but then you're like, damn, I'm human. That's what's really weird about being human, that you would judge other people because you think you're better for whatever, and you think what you're doing is good, but you don't really know if what you're doing is good. We
Yeah.
don't really know. What if murder is actually? I know that sounds horrible.
I
but
know what you
know what I
mean.
mean. Like,
I've thought that
or
too.
I've gone into long searches about why evil exists. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, if there's someone up there, why would they put us with these things?
That's true.
I mean, when there's good, there's evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there has to be both
That's kind of crazy.
in this world.
Maybe we already lived those lives.
It's
though.
because like we're such good people, we can't even understand why there's evil
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Because I felt the same way too. I'm like, why would my ex do that to me? What?
And like, what did I do to deserve this?
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the audacity that some people have. It's crazy. Or
Do you
like,
think that too much self-awareness can turn you insane?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been dealing with recently. Or just thinking so much like how we are thinking right now
Yeah.
can kind of drive you to a dark place.
Like
If you keep thinking about it.
maybe if you don't like check yourself, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like I need to check.
I feel check yourself. I mean, what thoughts are you having?
Just like these,
Yeah.
like, and like then I just keep getting deeper and darker sometimes,
Like
and I'm like, damn, that's really.
But I think
fucked.
that's like a sign of being like intellectual, of like thinking. Of
Yeah.
things. Because like I don't know, I feel like some people don't think.
and
You
that
ever feel
like,
like
I
that,
wouldn't
like,
want to not think.
You know,
Yeah.
I'd rather think than and think like all these like crazy scenarios than not think.
Yeah.
But then who's happier? I saw that on a Million podcast.
When
The
you
people
don't know, then you just
They
go
say
through life.
what's the phrase? It's like
ignorance is bliss.
ignorance is bliss, but like And I felt that before because I'm like, when you learn more things, you realize life is scary.
Yeah.
But in a way, like, I'd rather, you know, have the ability to think than not, you know?
Yeah. But then when you don't think, you don't even know that you're not thinking. You don't know anything. You know what I mean?
I get you.
So I'm like,
That's-
oh, okay, are they happier than me?
Yeah, I know what you mean, because there's people who be
I'm
like,
jealous a little bit.
yeah, they do some interest, but that's interesting to me. What I always think is that I go circling. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, you just did that. I think that's weird. Why would you do that? But I
Yeah.
think that's weird. You don't think that's weird. Why don't you think that's weird? It's like a whole circle. I know what you mean. It's really, really weird.
Oh my God, I need to get out of that.
Mine started getting worse. Like after I turned like 18, 19. When I was 18, I was kind of oblivious.
Me too.
And then I started looking at myself and then looking at other people. And then I was like, whoa. Because I think you start learning that people's behaviors are not just like they're learned. They learn them. Like I didn't just start doing that out of nowhere. And I feel like some people don't grasp that their behaviors habitary or like, you know. And then I think that
Like, they're conditioned.
they're conditioned, and then when you look at that, then you have to look at yourself, and some people don't even want to get there, so they
Yeah.
just, I think they have their brain like leveled where they're like, okay, yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm not even gonna face it.
Like, I'm not even gonna pass the other level. It's getting too scary.
Because there's some things that for me I have that, but not with everything. And then I'm like, damn, you don't care that you did that, but if I did that, I would like have a spasm. That would send me. But I
Because
mean,
you're an empath.
I'm like, well, like I don't really believe. I'm like, yeah, there's like empaths, but I feel like everyone has their empathetic levels to where they're able to get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, can't say like, oh, I'm more empathetic than you. Because I don't know, because everyone has
And
their
I
own
think
things.
a lot of times too, some people's empathetic levels are blocked. They're super empathetic. They just can't show love. And I feel like in like Hispanic culture or like even with like my Mexican parents, like my dad and stuff, or some of my uncles,
Yeah.
they can't show love. Like they don't even hug like their sons or like daughter. Like I've never hugged my dad, but like I know we love each other, but it's just not there. And I feel like he is an empathetic man. He's a Pisces.
He
He
just
has to
doesn't
be
know how to
empathetic.
express it.
He just can't express it to me. So then I can't call him, you're not empathetic. He just doesn't know that he has that in him, I think.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just different for everyone. Some people are blocked from it.
That's how I feel too, because growing up, like, we didn't really we're able to like express ourselves. So I feel like that's why I struggle with like being like
Relationship,
more vulnerable, because I'm so used to like hiding like that I care and stuff like that.
I know.
So it's like childhood, you know, like our parents like grew up way different than us.
Yeah.
Where like their family wasn't, you know, they didn't know how
Yeah.
to express that they care and all that stuff.
I know. And then
Their
when I think
emotions.
about like my parents and what they've probably gone through. And my mom will tell me stories like, oh, your
Yeah.
grandma never hugged me, or like she would sing to me. Remember one time she told me the story about how my grandma would sing to her and tell her that she was the ugliest sister out of all her sisters, and she like made up this song and she would sing it to them before bed. Like really sad things. I'm like, the fact that you went through that like helps me
Yeah.
understand you today.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, I'll cut you some slack. Because we could be hard on our parents. 'Cause
Yeah.
we think they know everything.
But I mean, for me too, like when I went to El Salvador, like seeing that culture, it kind of explains why my parents are the way they are, you know, like they came from nothing.
Yeah.
And
Like survival is their like number one.
Your parents were raised in El Salvador?
yeah, both of them were from El Salvador, but they met here in LA. So.
Oh, that's cute.
But they have like similar background. Like it's interesting that
They're from like the same city in El Salvador?
not really, but like they just grew up there, and then like they came the same time during to LA, like in the 80s, and they met in like high school.
That's
They're like high school
cute.
lovers.
That's cute.
Like my mom told me that like my dad was like her first everything, first boyfriend, first love, first kiss, first.
No way.
It's like really cute.
That's
I know.
cute.
How long have they been together for?
They've been together for like they got married when I was born, so like they've been married for like 20 years.
Goals.
Yeah.
A girl can only wish.
I that's why I feel like with my love life, I kind of like want what my parents have, but like also they grew up in a different time where that was able to happen, and then now it's like different.
Yeah.
Like we don't live in the same society anymore. Like we live with
guys. See yourself getting married anytime soon? not anytime soon, within the next like 5 years. You never know what could happen, but if it were up to you.
So 28? No.
I don't know. I don't want to say I don't see myself because like I don't know.
Yeah, you
But
don't know.
I mean, I hope it like someone wants to marry me. Like
That's
As
sweet.
girls, we're so sweet. We're always like, I hope, like, but we decide, ladies. Let's stand up. It's
All
up
the
to
movies,
us.
dude, all the rom-coms, when I was like 9-10 years old, I would stay home a lot and I've watched every rom-com there is, like 27 Dresses, all of them, like literally all of them. And I would always be like, oh, like that's the goal, like that. I feel like technology, schooling, all the things that happened to women happened because we were so conditioned that a man is, and then people who are really religious, like me and my mom have talked to her boyfriend, it would be me, my mom, her boyfriend, and he has some strong religious beliefs, and he'll be like, God made the man and then took the limb and made the woman, and just the conditions that we need a man so bad. I'm like, that they took his limb and made us. No, I don't really believe that. I'm like, because women have so much value and so do men. I'm like, and sometimes I see men living their life single and have so much fun, but when we have fun,
We're wrong.
We're wrong, and I don't think men are always. They want obviously what their family life was like. I feel like I still want to get married, but like, why can't we experience the same thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's so like, and then the
Yeah.
princess movies.
I also felt like that too, where we were conditioned.
Yeah.
Like us girls, like we were like taught to be like, oh, we got to do this for a man. You know, we got to find our prince. Like that's kind of like what we're meant to do. But then growing up, I'm like, wait, I kind of don't want that right now.
And then they're all frogs. Like, when's the actual prince coming?
Literally.
And I don't feel like men are perfect. And I feel like that's something that gets psychological. Like, you just find, I think, a partner. I don't feel like it's like, oh my God, my perfect love of my life. I think you have so many loves of your life. Because I've had, I love all of my Christmas are all everything. I have like 100. Like,
that's true. Like, you know? As you grow up, like, your prince at like 16 isn't your prince at 25. You get me? So it's like, you do have, you know, different princes maybe.
Yeah, I think so. And also I think some of the love of your lives could be your siblings, your friends. It doesn't have to always be like
soulmate,
you know?
Yeah.
True.
Oh, I've been wanting to ask you because we haven't even talked about it, but I seen that you went on the Fresh and Fit.
Oh my God.
And a lot of people, well, they like bash them for being like misogynistic and like women haters and things like that. And I feel like if they saw our pod, like we're like the complete opposite, because we like, if anything, we tell women to like stand the fuck up, and they're like the opposite. How was it? I feel like
I felt so attacked because like, one, it's their podcast, so it's like you're coming into their territory, you know, and like you kind of gotta respect it, because it's like their platform. So like that I knew, but when you're like sitting and you're hearing them talk and like their arguments, like I felt like when you try to like argue what they were saying, they would kind of manipulate you into thinking they're right, or like, I don't know, it was just like a really strange thing. And like, I felt like they just always blamed everything on women. You'd be like, oh, the girl rejected me because she's hard to get. But then I'm like, no, like when I reject a guy, it's not because I'm trying to be hard to get. It's just you're giving me weird energy. And I feel like that's all they would do is like shift blame onto women. Like, oh, like I don't get pussy because women think they're all, you get me? And I just felt like it was so stupid. And they wouldn't like allow me to like speak, because again, it's their platform. And then like also too, there was other girls there, and I felt like me and my other friend were the only like sex workers there. Like we both do OnlyFans, and the rest were like, one worked in like finance, one worked, I don't know, they were like different backgrounds. And at one point I felt so attacked because the girls were agreeing that like a girl that is like for the streets, you know, doesn't deserve a loyal, faithful man or like love from a man. And that's where I got triggered, because it's like, who are you to say that? You know, like at the end of the day, like we're human beings and we still deserve love.
One of the girls agreed with that?
Like the girls were agreeing with the men, and I was just like acting like pick-me's in my opinion, you know?
Pick-me-shas.
And I just felt like that was just you know, like, just because we do sex work doesn't mean we don't deserve love. We're still humans.
Yeah.
You know, humans deserve to be wanted and loved. And we're not just like an object.
Yeah.
And that's where I kind of like, also too, they were just saying how like, they were talking about like happiness, and like this one guy was saying how it has to be earned. And I don't know, I just felt like I wasn't agreeing with them. So I like got up and left because it was like so triggering. I was like, oh my God, these people are so stupid. Like, they're closed-minded.
Yeah. And then even watching from what I've seen,
Yeah.
they like claim that they're gonna give you your time to talk and explain yourself, and it's just always they're right and you're wrong. They'll never.
No, yeah.
give you,
It's always like they manipulate.
yeah. And I'm like, I can't. I get so angry watching them.
I've seen so many clips. I saw one of like Asian doll going off on them.
Yeah.
I forgot what she said, but it's funny because like they're so like anti-simp. Like they're like, if you simp, like you're the worst of the worst, like this and that. And it's funny, but like when the podcast ended, they like both try to get at me. Like, they're both simping for me. So it's like whatever they were saying, it's like contradicting of their actions because they're simps.
Yeah.
They're exactly who they like preach about, like, not, you get me, like, they're just like hypocrites. They just do it for like attention because I know there's like an audience for that, but they're simps too. So
Like Andrew Tate vibes.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate, but it's crazy because Andrew Tate, you know, would say all this shit about women, but he got rich off of women. Like, he was I forgot what he did, but like he had girls camming.
Oh, I heard.
And he was making money off of them. So it's like, you know, it's like crazy. Like, they benefit from like what they like preach. Like, they're like, oh, women are whores, but then they make money off us. So it's like stupid. It's so stupid.
I feel like when I was in like a relationship, I used to be so close-minded. I would be like, yeah, like, why are they doing that? But it's because you have that internal want to be free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like a woman who knows her truth, like, and isn't conditioned by their religion, their parents, and is free, would not get offended by you being free. Even sometimes I see things and I'm like, damn, that's kind of crazy. Like, but just because I think it's crazy doesn't mean it's wrong.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's what like new things are supposed to show us, because and me being like this, and I'm glad, I feel like if I could choose between being like an like normal job, I would still choose this. Same. Because I get to be more open, and then I'm not so much of like a hater in that sense. Yeah. Because if I would have just been like with a boyfriend for 10 years, I would be like, damn, those girls are crazy. Because I could never do that.
Exactly.
It's like, well, babe, you never did, so you don't know what it is. Yeah. Like, and I still have a lot of feelings. I've had a lot of crushes. I've gotten my heart broken. I've done a lot of things for men. I could sit here and do this and that, but like, I feel like you feel the same thing just because I'm able to do this. It's just my job. I feel like people have a hard time like thinking that it's a job, and I feel like some people do agree, some people, and I understand them, but it's like those people are just not your people. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I think a lot of people are closed-minded.
Yeah, and then by having friends, like when I talk to you guys and other friends, I'm like, oh my God, I was like, my friends are so cool. Like anyone would be so like lucky to date them. But then I'm like, that's also me. Like, I'm like, you're lucky to even be here. Like, and then, but just because I do something that you don't like, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's a bop. Like, if I could say the bop comment.
What does bop mean? I always see that comment on TikTok. I'm like, what's a bop? Like, does it mean like a thought? Like,
I think so.
Yeah. I'm like, where did that word come
The
from?
bop comments need to stop.
No, whatever, you guys, bop. I don't even know what that means.
Like, we're always slut shamed, but at the end of the day, like, I'd rather be who we are than like be behind the screen hating on us.
Yeah.
Like,
that's sad. Like,
we're living our best lives.
It's because there's like, I feel like there's 3 ways to like go by it. It's like you make your own money. Maybe you have a business. We have a business. Just you guys just don't like it. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. We're businesswomen.
Yeah, you marry a man and you live off whatever he can give you, and then maybe you divorce and you take half, or 3, you build a family, and you stick to whatever you can get. And there's all 3 ways. And I feel like I don't like to put people in different things because I feel like people are so like broad, but I like to stick to like the basics of people that I've met, and that's how it always goes. And sometimes you stick with a person and it's beautiful to be in love and like do that, but some souls came here not to stick to a masculine soul. And some girls, my friends, are so happy with their boyfriends. I'm like, oh my God, good for them. That's beautiful. I didn't come for that.
Yeah.
I can feel it inside me that I came for like rebelness to like, you know?
I feel like that too. Like I never like was like, oh, I'm gonna depend on a man. I always was like, I'm a go getter and I'm gonna go do it myself.
Because what if you leave?
I think
Or
that
you die. I don't know.
I don't want to depend on anyone. So it's like I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I just feel like some people need to let other people just do them.
Just be.
Mind your business. You know, like if you see someone doing good for them, like stop hating. There's a lot of haters, but it's like, you know, hate comes from jealousy and all that stuff.
We were talking about that yesterday.
I feel like hate just comes from like they're angry. They're angry that you're doing well, doing something that's looked at like, ooh. The fact that you're successful at something that's like
taboo,
not accepted or something, it just makes them angry.
Because deep down they wish they can do it.
I always think that, and I'm like, men who hate on OF girls, you wish you were a girl and you wish you could do it. Just be honest.
Just be honest.
Just be honest.
Let's be
like
honest.
Stop hating.
The amount of times guys told me like, oh, if I was a girl I would have hella sugar daddies.
They always tell me that too.
I'm like, okay, let's all of y'all put y'all to the test. I bet half of y'all would fail. So you wouldn't even know what it takes to be a woman. So
exactly.
And I understand men too. I think about them too. They swear that we hate men on the bottom. But I'm like, I know you guys go with girls and you have to pay, and like I get it. Like I get it. Yeah, I get it. I know why they're so like upset. I get it. But it's like, damn, like I'm like, I don't understand. Like I feel like it has to be hormonal, no? Because I feel like even me sometimes I feel like I have like masculine traits and I get embarrassed when people think that like I can't hold my own. So I'm like, if I'm a girl and I'm cute and I can feel that, I don't even know how a man should feel. I'm like, why don't you feel that? And I think people try to make sex workers feel bad because it's like, well, everyone sees you, so you're not a prize. Like, but it's like, but I'm still a woman. I'm still cute. Or you still want to be with me.
Yeah.
Those comments bother me so much. Well, it's so easy. Like, it takes no effort, no work.
But don't they say work smarter, not harder?
Exactly.
So like you're like. Exactly. Yeah, I get on like Twitter fights with people because like there was this one comment people always say like, oh, you're an airhead, this and that, but I feel like where I got myself to be, like an airhead couldn't do it, you know?
Exactly. Like would an airhead really be in my position right now? No, thank you.
Yeah, and then they always say like, oh, well, you do OnlyFans, like anyone can do that, but like, is everyone doing it?
No.
And not everyone that does OnlyFans is like balling from it.
Yeah.
You know, it takes like a special skill and like also timing too, but like not everyone is like successful on OnlyFans. Some girls do it and you know they have no luck with it. So it's like an airhead. That's the comment that gets me the most.
And then a lot of people can say, well, it's because like you're beautiful, that's why it went so well, like you're hot. But I've seen even baddies that open OF and it still doesn't work. It's like you have to have that want to make it work.
The want.
And that takes work. At the end of the day,
it's work.
Just because you don't consider it, it's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's not my problem. You don't consider it. I don't
That's true. I always feel like ideas have like their own consciousness too. Like, have you ever had an idea or then someone else does it and then you're like, damn, they stole my idea.
Yes, so no.
Me about DJing.
And you're like, what the fuck? I thought about that yesterday.
Like other
I had the idea of DJing and streaming it, and then like this girl blew up from DJing on TikTok live, and I was like, damn, I thought I was the first one to think of it.
Like I'm so innovative. No, and I that happens to me too. But I feel like like how we said with humans are so similar, but it's like ideas come into your brain and they get sent by like whatever higher power. If you choose to run with them, then you run with them, and if you don't, you don't. Because I've had a lot of friends who don't do OF, and they always tell me, oh, I've thought about it and have so many questions. So I know that there must be levels to, what's the word, like not initiation, like what's that word when you take action, like
Initiative, like
initiate.
Like doing it. So it's like you can think it, but like, are you gonna do it? So I know that even though there's so much hate, a lot of people want to do. I can just feel it. I can feel it because I feel like true wealth is freedom. And a lot of people have wealth, but they don't have freedom, or they think that life is just working. But when you do OnlyFans or things like that or social media, and you get to just kind of like work a little bit and then really think, you get to know yourself a lot. And people who spend their whole time working, like I think about like my family, I'm like, damn, they never really get silent to just sit and think like, damn, what do I like? And I think that's real human purpose. And I feel like that's why they're so angry, because there's like, bye, you're doing something that's weird. I think you're weird and you don't deserve anything.
Yeah. I always feel like that too, like, because I'm kind of like the friend that doesn't have a job, like a regular job. And like they're always complaining about like their 9 to 5, because I did have a 9 to 5 before I did OnlyFans. I did work at like a pizza shop and I hated it. And I was hating on OnlyFans before I did do OnlyFans. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I would never do that. Like, I don't know why. Just because of like the stigma around it. Like, I don't know, like if you guys ever went through like in high school, like being exposed, like,
yeah,
because I kind of did get exposed in high school.
Everyone gets a little exposed,
and so I was like, oh, I would never do OnlyFans because like being exposed was like the worst thing that could happen to a girl, right? But then like I was like, you know what, fuck it, like who gives a fuck? Like, you know, if you just care about like what other people think, then you're living for those people and not for yourself.
Exactly.
And I think that's something I've been learning, because I've been such like a people pleaser my whole life, like always trying to please my parents, please like my friends, my boyfriend or whatever. And like last year was the first year where I was like, you know what, fuck everybody. I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah,
and
that's the vibes.
It is the vibe, right?
And then OnlyFans also, it's like a way to take your control back. Like, I'm not getting exposed. This is my action.
Like I'm choosing,
and I'm making money from it.
It's empowering.
Like it's an empowerment.
And we were saying how like, or I was telling you how I like boosted my confidence. Like before OnlyFans, I was like so shy and like timid and like thought it was like the ugliest thing ever. And then like when I saw people subscribe, I was like, oh, like people actually like me. Like there's a audience out there for me. And it made me like more confident with like my sexuality and like, you know.
Yeah,
everything like that.
True.
I think also like I genuinely believe that we benefit other people from it. If I make other people happy through the page, am I not doing great in this world?
You're
like,
helping me.
We're helping society
exactly
be happier. Because I always say this too, where it's like people don't hate on drug dealers.
Yeah.
Honestly,
And they're causing harm. They're causing addiction and death and bad stuff, but like they hate on sex workers.
When El Chapo's son got arrested, everyone was drooling over him. He's so cute. He's so this. He's everything. Like I hope they like. I'm gonna send him letters, babe. Like he's a murderer. What do you like? He's literally harming people. What am I doing? Nothing.
He's idolized.
People do like narcos. Like I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to date a narco.
I
once.
know. Okay.
Every woman at one point, I think.
Yeah. But let's be real.
They're
Like,
horrible
They're
beings.
horrible people.
They're horrible beings. Yeah, they just murder.
I feel like it's mass media too. Like, have you ever like?
She always tells me the masses.
Yeah, like the masses, and you know why? I don't want to be like sheep energy, but it's because
energy.
I've fallen for it too. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. That's why I can recognize. Like, have you ever seen something? You're like, oh, that's cute, and then you see the comments and everyone's like, fucking ugly, and you're like, damn, that is ugly. But you don't think that's ugly. At one point, you thought it was cute, but you're like, damn, everybody agrees. I want to agree with people because we have. I feel like that like energy from like our ancestors. You know, like the tribal, where it's like you have to agree with your tribe, and like. I don't want to disagree. But it's like, we're in 2024, babe. Like, you can have your own opinion. It's
or
okay.
like we're easily influenced.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that whole TikTok trend of like de-influencing.
Yeah.
But then that's influencing.
I feel like humans in general, unless you're a minimalist and you have a super high IQ and you can see past it, you're gonna fall for TikTok. You're gonna fall. I mean, there's a reason that these things are make so much money, and Facebook and social media. Our brain wants dopamine. Like, they know how brains work. I feel like they're not so hard to understand. Like, you fall in love with someone and then you're addicted to the high. Like, it's just
They actually do that with casinos. That they like do trials on people to see like what's more addictive. Like they do psychology into the casinos to
Like
make
trials?
people like more addicted to things. So they for sure do it with like social media, where they want us addicted. They do it on purpose.
I believe it.
They do it on purpose.
What
They
do you
just want us
guys-
on it.
I think so too. What do you guys think is in our nature? Following a community and being like in the masses as a human, or being an individual in having your freedom? What's in our nature? Like, what are we like? Or do you think we can genuinely, there could be two types of people? Or do you think we're more lenient towards community thinking, like thinking as a group, or thinking as an individual?
I think it's more common to think as a group.
Yeah.
And I remember reading this in my book, because I've been reading books now. It's like, not everyone can be a leader or extraordinary, because then it would make everyone just the same. You know, and like like in society there has to be like a leader, and then there has to be a following. You know, not everyone can be a leader, not everyone can be rich, because then no one's rich. You kind of get me.
That makes sense.
But like, I think evolutionary too, like we did have to like survive as a group, like because we all needed each other to like, you know.
And I think it makes sense, like where we are today, even like, this is America, you know, like like the USA, like
Patriotic.
It's like you can see it, that we are more of a community, like the masses, sheep energy. I honestly believe it.
Me too.
I don't even care if like people get mad. Like, it's
I believe
true.
it too, because like, I don't know, like you ever see like TikToks where it's like, oh, you grew up Mexican, and it's like,
yes,
and it's like we all had the same childhood,
literally,
without even realizing it, because
Yeah.
we have like the same background. And I always thought that was like interesting.
I think it's hard to break out of those constructs. And I think it's hard to even think like, damn, I'm conditioned. Like, you think you have free will, because sometimes I think like, no, I have free will. I'm going, fuck. But then I find myself doing everything I've always done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, it's really hard to change. It's not that easy. And then I feel like some people do have, because I have some friends who think really different than me. I'm like, damn. And I like them. And I'm like, damn, how did you come to those conclusions? What did you have to live through to come to that point? But I still like them. But then I'm like, so they have, and they don't care that I don't think the same as them, but we're still friends. But I think when people have really different views, only highly like open people can even stand being with you. People go with the people that they agree with. I think that's just kind of like cliquey. We're very, as humans, we're very cliquey, and we're like, you don't know this by. I think it's hard to grasp that, but I feel like, because when you're friends with someone or you're dating someone, you become like one, and then when you're not dating with them, you're like, damn, they're weird. Because they're not hanging out with me no more. Like,
That is true.
but they're not weird. They're just not kicking with me no more, and they just don't agree with what I'm doing. And I think it's hard for humans to, or like to see people who do drugs and all these things. We're like, oh my god, they're crazy. Because like, but we don't know. I always feel like we don't know why they were put here to do that. So it's hard to like, but
it's like we gotta be more understanding.
yeah, as humans, because I feel like you don't really know why they're doing that. But when you're judging fast, you're like, yo, that happens to me all the time, and then I'm like, damn, I don't really know.
No, for real. I seen that you had reposted this video that it was Mel Robbins talking about, actually it was another girl talking about the Mel Robbins thing, that's like the let them theory, or the let them
let them, like, it is what it is type of like mentality.
And I feel like a lot of people need to learn how to do that.
because you kind of like want to fight against it. Like I remember seeing that video.
Like,
I really
your friends
felt
don't
that.
invite you out, let them. Your boyfriend's mean to you, let them. Like, anything, let them. And it sounds kind of harsh, but I think the meaning behind it is like, let it happen and the things will flow. Like, if you just
I feel like it's like the universe showing you, like, you know. It's like a sign. Because I think about it, like, with my past, like, friendships that didn't work out, it's like, or relationships, like, I don't know how to say it, where it's like, I was kind of like fighting them, like, oh, they didn't text me back. I'm like arguing, like, to text me back already. Yeah, exactly. But then when you like let it flow, like, it does work in your favor, you know, like,
and then you take the energy off of it. And then it starts like expanding. I've always felt that with men. Like, I'm like, oh my god, I want him to text me so bad. Like, I want him to call me. And then I'm like, okay, let it be. If he's not gonna call you, let them. Like, if he's not gonna text you, let them. And then they do, because you took off your energy off of it.
The
You're
stress.
not applying so much pressure.
The stress about it.
And I think people need to learn that, even with like politics and other things, and like, just let it. Who cares? Oh my god, the who cares too. I guess it has to do. It's like cousins with that.
We sent a post in our group chat where it was like, the more easily offended you get, the lower your IQ is. So ever since I read that, every time I feel like I'm getting offended, I'm like, damn, I'm not the smartest right now.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So, because I used to be a person who would get always offended. Like, if someone said anything to me, or like they even did something, I'm like, they hate me. Like, it's because it's personal. And then when I think about the things that I do, I'm like, but it's not personal. I'm flawed.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That I feel like I've always. That it's funny you say that, because I feel like I've always looked up to her as a person that never gets offended. And the fact that she's saying like I've like felt so offended ever. Like I feel like I always looked up like, oh, Giselle never gets like offended, never takes anything personally.
Yeah.
I always admired that quality from her, and she felt like she was. So it's crazy to see two different perspectives.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
I could feel some type of way, and someone else sees me as like, even my mom would say like, debes que ser como Giselle. Ella le vale todo. It's like she's free. Like she has like,
That's crazy.
It's
What
kind of like you mask it, huh?
yeah,
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I get really offended, but you know what? I always think I'm like, I don't want to let it show, because I'm like, even if I'm offended, I'm like, my brain isn't real. You know, you ever thought like,
Yeah.
or like how you think you look horrible, but then someone's like, oh my God, you look really good. And I'm like, damn, I totally look.
It's all about perspective.
Yeah, perspective. So there's been moments I'm really offended.
Yeah.
And no one ever tells me you were being, and I remember I told you, I'm like, sometimes I act passive aggressive. And no one, no one reads me. They're like, oh, she's a vibe. And I'm mad. I'm like, damn, I'm mad right now. I want people to know I'm mad. No one.
She's mad, but they're like, you're a vibe.
Like, you're a vibe. And I'm like, damn. And it just goes to show that no one knows what you're saying unless you say it right now.
Yeah,
I'm
of
mad.
course, because no one can read minds.
Yeah, no one can read minds.
So if you're, yeah, I get you.
It's like a bold energy that I'm like, unless you say, like, and then when you say, you can be like, okay, I said. So you either get it or you don't.
Yeah.
Or like when you like a guy and you're like, I know he knows I like him.
yeah.
You don't know if he knows you like him.
You don't
You
unless
know?
you talk about it. Yeah.
You
And
like
then you
watch a
tell
story and you're like, I already told him. I already told him I liked him. I watch a story. That's literally me.
Literally.
And she's
me
like, she hates me. That's why like sometimes when I'm talking to my friends and they're like, oh my God, like this, and I'm like, but like, did you say that? And then everyone's usually like, no, I didn't. And I'm like, you don't know. Like, because when you tell someone, they're like, okay, because some people are like that. Like, they're not like reading everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're trying to, or they have like this like, underlying belief that like no one likes them. So even if you do something, they still don't think you like them. Like, oh, she just does that to everyone.
I feel like I struggle with that.
And it's like, damn, everyone likes you. They like you. And no one sees it. I feel like I have that. Like, the people who actually like you.
Since you're in that mentality, you're going to see everything like that. It's kind of like if I tell you, look for anything brown in this room right now, you're going to start seeing all the brown.
True.
But then I'm like, how many red things did you see? And then you're not going to remember that part because you weren't looking for
focused on it. Yeah.
So I feel like
someone points it out.
There's like meaning in that because you look for the bad things sometimes, and it's hard to get out of that space too.
It is.
Yeah.
What do I do? I want to work on being more bold too this year.
Me too. I want to be more confrontational.
Do you feel like, well, you're a fire sign. Janet's a Sagittarius. And
Scorpio rising, Capricorn moon. My big
let
three.
us know what you guys think about her top 3 in the comments. But do you feel like as a fire sign, well, also you have a Earth moon, so I know how that could be
Earth moon.
But
I don't know exactly what
I've
that
dated
means,
a lot of
though.
Earth moons. Like 4.
Do you feel like you're fiery? Or Sag or fire?
I don't know. I don't feel like I'm that fiery. I feel like I'm more like flowy. Like I just go with the flow. But when I do feel like passionate about something, I am very fiery.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because they say like fire signs are like bold and fiery and fun. And like they're known to be like they also don't give a fuck. Like, but they're like fun and like.
I feel like I do give a fuck, but I just hide it. Like, I'm very like, I don't know. Because I kind of sometimes don't give a fuck. But when I do, like I don't like knowing, or I don't like when people know I care.
I hate it too.
Right? So I always try to be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I'm like crying. Like,
Literally me.
Maybe
I don't
because of
care.
your moon, because you're Capricorn moon.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I used to not want to accept that maybe I had Aries traits, because Aries are always
Aries
really
is
crazy.
fire.
And I've dated a lot of Aries, but I feel like on my outer I look so put together, but inside I'm crazy. So I feel like to know your chart is to just look at your sun and your moon and be like, who am I when I'm alone? And it's your moon. You want that. And I crave crazy things. And then I've dated also like people who are fire. I've dated someone who's a fire and they're so stable, but then they're crazy and they crave this stability, and they can also be crazy.
Yeah.
And then I have the opposite.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone has to decide.
Yeah.
It's like, who's gonna be mad?
But all the like greats are Sagittarius, like Nikki,
Jay-Z.
Sagittarius are very lucky signs.
They are. They're the lucky sign.
I do feel like
Right?
that, and that's why I feel like, am I in a simulation? Because things happen to me where it's like, what the fuck?
It's like
they're
it makes
rated.
sense for a Sagittarius.
Like
Yeah.
I just be like what are the odds? Like I would have never thought. And one of my best friends, she's a Sag too, and so when we're together, like the craziest things just happen to us. Like we just get so lucky.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like insane to me. Like I'm blessed.
Yeah.
They were rated the luckiest sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they are. And every Sag I see, like I follow some Sages on TikTok and they're always posting like, someone just gift me a Hermes bag. I'm like, of course you're a Sag. Of course you would give it to the Hermes bag. You know what I mean?
I never got
Hermes.
gifted a Hermes bag.
But you will
But-
watch because you're a Sag.
But stuff
It's
like
gonna
that
happen.
will happen where like I'll be like, I want to be on a yacht, and then like
Yeah.
the next week I'm on a yacht,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
or like I don't know, just like weird stuff happens to me, and I'm just like, yeah, I do feel lucky.
Yeah.
I do feel lucky. It's like I don't know if it's just a Sag thing.
I think
think
so.
so.
I feel like Zodiac is so real. Even for
Libras
like
are second, like Libras.
Yeah.
It's like Sag and it's Libra, and then they just flow through life.
yeah.
But
They
like,
don't
do you know
struggle.
why Sages are like more of the lucky sign? Like, is there like a
I don't know.
I think they're rare too.
Yeah, they're
I
pretty
think
rare.
maybe that's why too.
Sages?
I
are
met
rare?
a lot of Sages in 2023, and I had
Yeah.
no Sag people. Like I met you, I met my other friend, I met this guy too, and I didn't know that I like Sages because I never had any Sag people.
That's true. I rarely came across Sages too.
They're like interesting because Aries are sometimes too bold.
Yeah.
Leos are sometimes too confident, and where they take up too much space. And Sagittarius are like just in between.
Yeah.
I know that's my take, maybe because
No,
I'm
I think
biased,
so
but-
too.
And I've always loved a sign that can do both without being too much.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people can do that, where they're like not being annoying.
I think they're the perfect balance of like both signs.
Yeah.
Because sometimes Aries could be dark.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, you're dark. Leos,
And they're
I've
crazy.
I love your sister. Oh my god, her
My
sister's a
sister's
Leo,
Leo.
and she's everything.
She's actually
literally
maybe
everything
my favorite Leo because
that I've ever met.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm not even gonna lie.
because
I've ever
we've
met.
beefed with like
Yeah, we
some
beefed.
Leos.
She's so funny though.
But she's
so...
everything. Oh my god.
We should bring her on.
I think it's funny because like growing up, my sister was like, because she's like 5 years older than me, so like she didn't want to hang out with me and all that stuff. But now that we're older, she's like so clingy. I'm like,
Oh my god.
she's kind of. I'm not gonna lie, she's kind of like a boyfriend to me. Like,
Really?
and it sounds funny to say that, but like, I don't know. We're just so close.
She
Yeah.
takes
We're just so close, and like we co-parent a dog, so like we're always together. We're always updating each other, and it's like a sister bond is like so amazing to have.
That could be.
And
like
the
one
fact
of your
that
soulmates.
Yeah, and like the fact that she's a Leos are fire.
And Sag and Fire, perfect combo.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that Leos were fire, but that makes sense. Like we're both like fire signs, but then that's also why we bump heads. Like
Yeah.
we're both like always
When you guys fight, is it like bad?
No, because I'm not a fighter. So like if I'm mad, I'm kind of like passive aggressive, where it's like I hint it and then she gets it and then she'll like leave. But we don't like when we were younger, yes, like we would like kick each other and shit. But like now that we're older, we don't like physically fight. But yeah, I'm more like passive aggressive about it.
Me
And-
too.
She's funny.
Yeah, like yeah, she is funny too.
She says like
She's so
she says like the things that I be thinking.
Yes.
I'm like, yes, girl.
Everything that I think, dude, that first night that I met her,
I left.
I was
all
thinking
night.
so many thoughts like in my head. She just says it. I'm like, oh, she's everything.
Wait, when was it?
We went
At
out
Hyde.
to hide.
Oh my god.
Cause she would be like, "Fuck no," and I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck no, fuck no."
Yeah.
And I was drunk, so I was like, "Yeah."
That was a funky night for me. That was like my birthday.
Dude, it was fun.
Honestly, I had fun, even though it was like,
Was that the night that Brooke went?
Brooke Schofield was
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah.
I said hi to her and I was like, oh my god, like I love your podcast. And then she was, and then I was like, it's my birthday. She's like, me too. And then I was like, she's a Sag.
Oh, you guys share the same birthday?
Okay, well, I was celebrating my birthday the weekend before.
Oh, right.
My birthday's on a Tuesday. It was like the Saturday before. So I guess her birthday was that day, and then I was just like, it's my birthday, but she's a Sag too.
I love her.
Me too.
If you're watching,
Yeah, and I met Tana also too, but it was like, I don't know if she'll remember that. I doubt it. But
I met Tana once at Poppy, and I think she confused me for someone else because
she acted like she knew you.
Yeah, she's like, "Hi, babe," and she hugged me like bear hug, and I was like, "Hi." I was like, for sure she's confusing me with someone else.
Was she drunk? Or
Yeah, she was pretty drunk. I was like, I love her so much. I didn't care. I was like, thank God.
I grew up watching her. Like her story times were everything.
Yes,
She's
she's
funny.
everything.
She's one of those actual funny people because there's some fake funny people.
Yeah,
She's actually funny.
And
And
then
like,
she's
and I
just
get her
what she
humor.
wants.
Yeah, I get her humor. It's like up my alley. She's so funny.
hopefully something in the works with them.
No, yeah.
Let's manifest it for 2024.
We should manifest it.
But yeah, that night I had was funky. Remember
It
the
was
poppers? I like dropped the poppers somehow. I was so upset.
It was
I
interesting.
like
for
that
sure.
night though.
I liked it.
Yeah.
We saw like some celebrities. Who did we see?
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson's son.
Yeah.
Which I would never know what he looks like.
It was random. It was
He
random.
stands out for sure.
Yeah. He's a
He's so
character.
tall.
Yeah, he's very tall. He had a huge like fur coat on.
I just remember being so geeked because I was by the DJ.
Oh,
That was fun. Oh my God. And then I got like cussed out like at the DJ booth because apparently we were too close to this guy's table.
They cussed you out?
He was like,
Yeah.
I just want to let you know that you and your friends need to get out. Like literally being so mean. And I was like, we're not even doing anything. I think me and Emily grabbed the Red Bull from their table, not gonna lie.
me too.
Oh, we're just girls.
Yeah. And then he's like, I'm sorry to let you know, but I have a girlfriend. Like, babe, don't worry. No one's trying to get at you. Like, you're fine. You and your girlfriend are fine. Like, I stole a Red Bull, but that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
But isn't that what club scene is about? If girls don't
and
go,
why are
people
you
don't go to
so
clubs.
like pressed about a Red Bull? Like, a lot of things. Enjoy your night. Don't look at what I'm doing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to drink my Red Bull. Sorry about it.
No, yeah. If anything, you should be happy we're near you.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what clubs are about. Like, hey, girls, come inside for free. Like, you're kicking the main people out. It's like kicking the talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
No, and then he was going like this, like measuring where our like the DJ booth
I'm
was
like,
and then
I
the
know.
table.
I know.
And then I think you guys were like twerking and then he's like, look. Like they're passing it. And I'm like, dude, what do you want me to do?
Because people get sections and they swear that they bought a house.
No, and then
Swear to God,
literally
they're like, hey, like,
They swear they bought a house.
they swear they just like closed.
Yes.
I'm like, chill.
like
Section.
it's gonna be over at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
Your
like,
purchase
it's
is
gonna-
over. Like
Oh, okay.
That is so funny. But no, people do act like that. It's crazy.
and I hate that he was a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. I hated that.
How
Like,
do
I
you know
don't
he's a
blame
Virgo?
you.
Oh, the
We asked him. You're like, I have to know your sign.
yeah.
Like it's
Why are
giving. I don't even want to say.
No, yeah.
Maybe because his girlfriend was there, he's trying to be like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Whatever. I honestly, I would kind of like if my man was like, move, tell the other girls, whatever. I get it.
Would you
But
go
I
to
don't.
the club with your man?
I have, and it's always a horrible time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's so fun.
I get so mad,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Me too.
hate that.
It's better to just go you and him. Just go you and him to maybe a bar.
Yeah, like
and
a
dip it.
dingy bar.
Yeah.
I think that could be fun.
Yeah.
But to the club, I don't know why. I just get aggravated. I get jealous. I get toxic. It's not a good
Yeah.
look.
Because I think
Same
the
here.
club is like, you have to be super like in the mood, or you're like, I'm here to look for people. And you already
Honestly,
found
yeah.
you. So I'm bored.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, if I'm at the club with the girls, I want to explore the scene. I don't want a man up on me.
Yeah.
I want to do my own thing.
Exactly.
True.
The man for
You gotta
later.
be single
Yeah.
because you don't know who's gonna be there.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Would you let your mans go on boys' nights to the club?
No.
No,
Because
guys
for
can't
what,
go.
huh?
Yeah. For what?
No.
Because girls, when we get drunk, we're like, like we're all fun and games. Have you noticed? And then everyone's calling up their man.
So then, yeah, that
All
is
the girls
true.
do that. All of my friends do that. And then, and I'm do that too. I'm like, I don't even like any of these people. Guys will go with anyone they see in the
So
club.
then, would you be okay with your man telling you can't go out to the club with?
No.
I mean, it's different because, like what you said, like
yeah.
us, we don't go out to look for men. We go out to have fun with each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like guys go with different intentions. Because they get drunk and then they see like a girl and they're like, okay.
It's harder for you to get a girl's attention than it is to get guys' attention. You just kind of look at them.
I don't know. I just don't trust men. So like, no.
Yeah.
Like, why do you want to go there?
Yeah.
For what?
Men, remember we were watching Jersey Shore?
That's what I was literally just thinking about right now.
You remember?
Yes. I was like, and then Ronnie making out with Mike, the situation said they weren't attractive. And like, he was making out with them.
Like grenades. He was making
like,
out with two grenades. Put his head in a waitress's breast and then laid up with her.
And like showing off that he could still go lay down with Sammy.
But I feel like us girls, we get guilty. Like we have guilty, you know? And
it eats me.
Yeah, like we could never do that. But men don't care. They're so selfish. They're like, I did that and I'm gonna do this.
Because it's like a flex. Like if a man can cheat on you and then you're still begging for him,
exactly,
he's like, look how she's acting,
like I'm him,
like I'm him, literally. And us, we'll go and we'll talk, like we're like, oh my god, I did this, like I feel so bad, like I
would feel guilty,
but they don't. They're like, let's see how more I like, what can I get away with now?
Yeah,
that's so true.
It's sick
because I think we make men look better.
We do make men look better. We walk in with a man. If you walk in with a man with not so attractive man,
he's up,
and you walk in with him, the girls in the club are gonna be wondering, what does that man have to offer? Why is she standing next to him?
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Is he rich? Is he mega
and
smart?
Even the men are gonna start thinking, why is he with you?
Even the men are gonna want to talk to him.
I get that. Like Ariana Grande with her new man.
I think I'm like, what the hell does he have?
SpongeBob.
It's like,
why? Let me find out. And then that's when girls start getting like, they want your man even if he's not the cutest.
That's
because you're with him.
Yeah.
Like I don't even want him either. Bro.
But that's why men want to put you down, like, so you don't think, so you like are next to him like as a trophy, but you're like submissive and like dumb.
Still in control.
Yeah.
He can still control you.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to walk into a room where it's like you control the situation. He wants to control the situation, but also have you like right here, like a puppy, like a cute puppy to hold.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
It's not.
That's what, like, when I went on the Fresh and Fit podcast, I remember them explaining why it was okay for men to cheat. And I was so triggered because, like, I did get cheated on. And, like, I was so, you know, loyal. Like, I didn't cheat on him for, like, a year. But, like, a whole year just with one man.
Really long time.
That's a commitment.
Yeah.
And then, like, I did everything for him, and he still cheated. And then to hear, like, guys kind of justify, like, why men can cheat because they're like, oh, we still want a variety. Like, oh, a one woman can't please us. And it's just, like, so mind-boggling to me because it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And that disregards the pain that you went through in that cheating situation. So it's like, okay, so fuck my feelings, I guess.
Yeah.
It doesn't count.
It's so crazy. But, yeah, I feel like they kind of showed me that, like, men want women to control them. Like, they want one woman to be like their main, and she will do whatever they say, and then they can still like go have fun. Like that's kind of like what men want. It's so crazy.
Do you think deep down all men would love if it was allowed in society and girls were okay with it? Do you think they would want multiple women?
Yeah.
Or do you think there's some men that will say, nah, I'm just good with one?
No, they want multiple women.
Because even I don't want one man.
You're right. Let's be honest. I don't either.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good-looking people.
There's a lot of great men. I've always thought there's one that can give me the looks. There's one that can give me the intelligence. There's one that can give me the bread. Sometimes you can't have all
and the
one.
fun.
And then there's one that gives you the fun.
Exactly.
And right now when we're young, that rhymed. I'm gonna make a song.
Like, right why have one boyfriend when you can have 5?
Exactly.
It's because though I feel like if you guys want to go, like, men are always like, oh, it's because you guys, like, we do everything for you. It's like, okay, fine, you do everything, and they get mad. I think for like girls who do OF, it's like a hard place because it's like, I also have money, so like, what do I do? Like, do I listen to you? Because I don't have to. But then it's like, okay, I'll listen to you.
Yeah,
Like, give me the money, and they're like, no.
You're using me, gold digger.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
then what? I don't get it.
And
That's why
it's
I get
not like
lost.
They're not there for your looks. Clearly, they're there because you're hot.
Exactly.
What do you think I'm here for? your great personality, buddy. No, like, come on, give me the bread. Like, seriously.
Because
Yeah.
men go for the cutest they can get with giving the bare minimum. That's what I've noticed.
And
Who can I
guys-
give the bare minimum and they're still cute?
They're slow because the more they always are scared to give, they don't know that the more they give us and the more they're generous, not even with like even money all the time, but just like their time and their affection and their money. Let's not lie. We're gonna fall.
Yeah.
Like we are gonna love you,
Yeah.
And you choose them
regardless.
over other people sometimes.
Yes, like
Yeah.
we're women. We're so loyal and like true. Like we
are so
truly
loyal.
Just want one man. I feel
Yeah, we do.
sometimes. It depends.
I think
There's
most
three.
women. Yeah.
Most women.
If he can do all three, yes.
Yeah,
if he
if he can
can't,
do all
that's when
three.
there's problems.
Yeah.
But as a woman, if you do all three, if he's insecure, it doesn't matter if you do all three. He's still gonna go.
Or us
Yeah.
women are like easier to settle.
Yeah.
I think that too. Like,
Yes.
we're easy to settle for the bear.
I feel like I always see the cutest girls with like the wackest men. I'm like, oh my god. don't
I know. Like the badder she is, the uglier the boyfriend.
Yes. I'm like, what
And then they still cheat.
yes.
like the Cardi B
Like,
Nov says.
What's the simulation? That's why it has to be a simulation. There's no way that's real. Like
There's no way. I don't know. It's like you can't win. You really can't.
No.
And that's why you gotta do what you feel like is
exactly.
you want to do. You know.
Okay, we went on a tangent. Like, oh,
There were some good topics though.
but yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Getting a little tipsy off my buzz bomb.
No, yeah. Thank you guys for having me. By the way,
Of course.
Yeah, thank you for.
I love these girls.
Oh, and we love her. She's everything. Like we said, we've been
Oh.
wanting to get her on for so long.
No,
but
yeah.
It was just meant to happen today.
Yeah.
Today was a good day.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Go follow us on Instagram. We'll leave our Instagram links in the description. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I don't. Actually, I do.
Coming soon.
Little Dejanet. Is my YouTube channel and my Instagram, Twitter.
Coming soon
Handle.
Yeah.
because she's gonna start a lot of things, right? You have a big 2024 coming up.
No, yeah. Follow the socials. They'll
Yeah.
link it. I'm sure.
Keep up.
Yeah. Keep
up.
Yeah.
Maybe some streaming coming.
We have so many ideas coming.
Yes.
Like
We
every
wanted
day
to do
we talk
sleep.
about like what we want to do. We want to start streaming.
Yes.
We want to start vlogging more.
everything, you guys. Like
Skydiving.
you guys.
Yeah.
Sky. So like just
2024.
you know.
We're booked.
Once we skydive, also,
The content will be coming.
yeah. So
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end, comment pineapple. But yeah,
An eggplant.
and
Peaches and eggplants.
Ooh, I like the song.
Oh, maybe we'll play
The
that right
song,
now.
I love that song.
I love that song too.
We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.